More than 100 American firefighters are in Australia to help get the country's massive bushfires under control. So far, nearly 28 million acres have burned, an area almost the size of Louisiana. That's about 16 times the amount of land that burned during California's worst fire season in 2018. Jamie Yuccas met with some of the Americans who left their families and traveled across the Pacific to join the fight.
The American firefighters we spoke to have spent decades fighting wildfires across the West. They say they can't believe the amount of destruction these fires have caused in Australia. You can see how flames just rip through this area, and the damage goes on for miles.
The Americans who've come to Australia to help with the massive firefighting effort say this is nothing like they've ever seen.
What have you been surprised by?
The extent of this fire, the length of it, the depth of it, and then the amount of structures that it's impacted is pretty breathtaking. We'll fly this for an hour, and we'll never get out of the burn area.
Jay Carl is helping coordinate air operations. He left his family behind in Colorado, including his 7-month-old son, to lend his support.
I do miss him a lot, and thinking about having 4 more weeks, 3.5 more weeks over here, it gets challenging, but we have technology and FaceTime.
First day in a high chair. His family sends him videos to keep his spirits up. But live communication with the 18-hour time difference is difficult.
The windows are very narrow. Sometimes you're just hoping you can get 2 minutes in just to say goodnight to the kids and goodnight to your loved ones.
American firefighters in Australia are facing new terrain, new terminology.
Like raft crews. We don't even have those back home.
I only had a couple of little jobs.
And a shift in tactics because of the sheer scale of these bushfires. Jason Loomis works for the U.S. National Park Service as a fire management specialist.
When you learned you were coming here, what went through your mind?
I was super excited, but at the same time, pretty anxious. We saw the coverage, very explosive conditions when we were being deployed. And then you're going to a foreign country, so there's little subtle nuances that you have to contend with.
It's not the first time crews from the two countries have worked together.
I'm Michael.
Hi, I'm Amy.
Australians have helped battle American blazes in the past. Americans were cheered when they arrived in Sydney last week. Fire Management Officer Bart Kicklighter was among them.
How did that feel to get such a warm reception?
It felt really good. It felt like we were respected as we respect them. It felt good to be able to come over here and return the favor to fight fire over here.
For Australian firefighter Mark Williams, the feeling is mutual.
How have the Americans been to work with?
Fantastic.
Smile, guys.
The experts in their field, they're fitted in seamlessly. It's always funny, it's a bit of a new accent, but apart from that, firefighting is firefighting.
While battling wildfires is challenging no matter where you are in the world, Australia's thick brush, hotter than normal temperatures, and low humidity have created the perfect firestorm.
We weren't knowing for sure what we were getting into. We just knew that it was chaotic and it was bigger and greater than anything we had ever seen. I think just all the conditions came together and aligned, and that's what we're seeing here.
And we could see something similar at home?
We certainly could. Whether we see a million-acre fire or not, I don't know. I certainly hope not, but certainly the conditions are there for it.
The American crews are here for 30 days. There are still many hot spots that need to be put out. And while better weather conditions are predicted for this week, it is only the beginning of Australia's fire season. So more Americans could be asked to come over in the next several months. For CBS This Morning, Jamie Yuccas, Nowra, Australia.